In the quiet haze of a Sunday morning, Mark Thompson stared at his phone, his world crumbling with a single text: "We need to talk about last night. Did you take advantage of me?" His hands trembled as he read it again, the accusation from his boss, Elena, hitting like a freight train. How had a simple act of kindness turned into this nightmare? If you're watching this, hit that like button if you've ever helped someone only to have it backfire. Trust me, this story will make you think twice, and subscribe for more real-life twists that inspire resilience. Mark was a 38-year-old single dad, juggling a corporate job at a bustling marketing firm while raising his 8-year-old daughter, Lily. His wife, Sarah, had passed away 3 years earlier in a car accident, leaving him to navigate grief, bills, and bedtime stories alone. Mark wasn't the type to complain. He showed up early to work, volunteered at Lily's school, and kept his head down. Elena Vargas, his boss, was the opposite, a sharp, ambitious 35-year-old executive with a reputation for driving her team hard. She was single, laser-focused on her career, and rarely let her guard down. Rumors swirled that her toughness hid a lonely heart, but Mark never paid attention to office gossip. It all started at the company's annual holiday party on a chilly December evening. The open bar flowed freely, and Elena, usually composed, had won too many glasses of wine to celebrate a big client win. As the night wound down, she stumbled toward the exit, keys in hand. Mark, sober as always, he'd learned the hard way after Sarah's accident, offered to drive her home. "Come on, boss," he said with a gentle smile. "Can't have you risking it." She protested weakly but climbed into his old SUV, mumbling about deadlines and disappointments in her slurred voice. The drive was quiet, save for her occasional ramblings about feeling invisible in her high-powered life. Mark listened, dropping her off at her upscale apartment, making sure she got inside safely before heading home to tuck Lily in. The next morning, Mark woke to the smell of pancakes, Lily's attempt at breakfast in bed for him. He chuckled, ruffling her hair, feeling grateful for the small joys. Then his phone buzzed. Elena's message shattered the peace. "Did you take advantage of me?" it read, followed by, "I woke up with no memory after the party. We need to meet. Now." Mark's stomach dropped. Advantage? He hadn't even gone inside her place. Panic set in as he replayed the night, her vulnerability, his chivalry. What if she didn't remember? What if this cost him his job, his stability for Lily? He met Elena at a nearby coffee shop, his heart pounding. She looked disheveled, eyes red from a hangover and something deeper, fear, maybe regret. "Mark, I blacked out," she said, her voice shaking. "I remember you driving me, but then, nothing. My clothes were on the floor. Did something happen?" The implication hung heavy. Mark felt his world shatter. Accusations like this could ruin a man, especially a single dad already scraping by. "No, Elena, nothing," he insisted, his voice steady despite the storm inside. "I dropped you off at your door. That's it. I swear." But doubt flickered in her eyes. She left abruptly, saying she'd think about it, leaving Mark in a void of uncertainty. The days that followed were a blur of challenges. Word spread at work, subtle whispers, sidelong glances. Elena avoided him, assigning his projects to others. Mark's performance slipped, he couldn't focus, haunted by the fear of losing everything. At home, Lily noticed. "Daddy, why are you sad?" she'd ask, her innocent eyes piercing his soul. He forced smiles, but inside, resentment brewed, not just toward Elena, but himself. Why had he helped? Kindness felt like a curse. Bills piled up, and with his job on the line, he considered quitting, but who would hire a man under a cloud of suspicion? Sleepless nights brought flashbacks to Sarah's death, amplifying his isolation. He confided in his sister, who urged him to document everything, but the emotional toll was crushing, doubt, anger, vulnerability clashing like waves. Then came the turning point. A week later, Elena called him into her office. Mark braced for the worst, imagining HR forms and pink slips. Instead, she looked broken, tears welling. "I reviewed my building security footage," she admitted softly. "You didn't come in. You waited until I was safe inside, then left." "I'm so sorry, Mark. I was scared, confused. My ex, he wasn't kind." It triggered old fears. The revelation hit Mark hard. Elena opened up about her past, an abusive relationship that left her distrustful, especially after drinking. She'd projected her trauma onto him, a knee-jerk reaction in her vulnerability. Mark listened, his anger melting into empathy. "I get it," he said. "But it hurt. A lot." They talked for hours, peeling back layers. Elena confessed her loneliness, the pressure of her role masking her insecurities. Mark shared about Sarah, how loss had made him guarded yet compassionate. From that raw conversation, resolution bloomed. Elena not only apologized publicly at work, clearing the air, but advocated for Mark's promotion, recognizing his integrity. She started therapy to address her past, and Mark joined a support group for single parents, finding community in shared struggles. Their professional relationship evolved into friendship, with Elena even babysitting Lily once, sharing laughs over pizza. Mark taught her to trust again, and she reminded him of his strength. In the end, what shattered Mark's world rebuilt it stronger. He learned that kindness, even when misunderstood, plants seeds of change. Elena found healing in vulnerability, turning her pain into purpose by mentoring young women at the firm. As for Lily, she grew up seeing her dad as a hero, not flawless, but resilient. Life's twists test us, but facing them with empathy transforms scars into stories of hope. If this tale of redemption moved you, smash that like button and subscribe for more heart-stirring stories that remind us, in a world quick to judge, true strength lies in understanding. What's your take? Ever had kindness backfire? Drop a comment below. Thanks for watching.